Higher to the Tribes. This book here, if you can see it. Come on now. Disclosure 101, what you need to know. Yes, because you don't know Jack. You need to know this. I'm going to talk to my grandchildren today. Yes, if you're in your 20s or 30s, you are my grandchild. So, Grandpa got a message for you, tribes. I'm my tribal grandfather. I'm not everybody's grandfather. Because if we don't have the same culture, we don't communicate. So, my dear children, where can I start? Well, back in the 60s, we was proud people. We had our own, we kept our hair looking decent. We wasn't pretending like we from the jungles nowhere. We had great hairstyles. We had great barbershops. Kept our hair cut. Girl wouldn't talk to you if you walk around with it, didn't have a good haircut. She wouldn't even talk to you. Same thing to women. They had pride in their appearances. You didn't dress like you just left the house. You know, you had pride in the way you dress. Guys will talk about you if you were dressing to show your body off. They figured you was easy. You was an easy lay if you was showing cleavage. Yeah, and you get a bad reputation. And maybe you what? Because our women just didn't do that. That's something that you saw on TV. Other cultures did, but you started following them in the 80s. I remember. Whatever they do, you imitate them. Just like on the plantation, say, "Boss sick, yeah, we sick." So I remember the first things that we had. You had dresses was over the knees at least, and they wasn't. You didn't. You had bras and you wore panties, and you covered yourself. You looked decent. Then the other people started wearing short skirts because I don't know why. And you started wearing short skirts. Then they started wearing shorts and pants. And you started wearing shorts and pants. But we still was proud of our hair. And women used to get their hair done. Men wouldn't talk to you if you didn't have your hair done. These things we took pride in. Now, what's happened to the people? The women don't like the hair. They don't like the black hair. They're imitating the hair color. I saw my niece with blonde hair wig. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. And yeah, my niece. You see, I have nothing to do with her because if she had been grown up around me, she had more pride in herself. But unfortunately, I didn't get to talk to her when she was growing up because I'm building a business where I can pass on to them, where they won't have to go through what I went through, where they can grow up being taught what they need to know. But they decide to ignore Grandpa and go to college, waste their money, come out dumber, and I see they're dumber just by them being in college makes them dumb. because all they teach you to do is suck up to get a grade. And then I ain't teaching nothing now. When I was growing up, you had tests, you had to learn. There was no disruption in the schools. There was no shooting in schools. We was in our own schools where people loved and cared about you. If you had a problem, the community helped you. Nobody was going hungry before integration. That's a lie. This integration thing was started by some, they call themselves black people, but they really wasn't. They was colored people, mixed white. Yeah, mixed white people. And they did it because they benefited from us uh, being who we are. So, grandchildren, I want you to remember we came from a very proud, rich heritage. We didn't come for people giving us stuff. We was taught, to work for whichever you get, to do a good job, a good work, and you didn't accept charity. We didn't accept charity. That was something we didn't do. So that's what I want you to know, grandchildren. We come from a real, real great people. And they don't teach you history in school. They don't teach you anything. And that's why you can't pay attention in school. Because they're not teaching you nothing. So what they do, they say, okay, you got because I'm not teaching you nothing, I'm gonna hide the fact I'm not teaching you nothing. I'm going to say you have a problem paying attention. So they label you the problem and say you had attention deficit disorder because you wouldn't pay attention to them because they couldn't keep you. They're boring. Them teachers they start teaching our children was boring. They didn't even teach, and so because they couldn't teach us anything, they didn't even know how to teach us. See, we're different people. We like to have fun. We like to laugh. You come in class teaching us like we prisoners, they rebel. They didn't volunteer for that. So because the children was rebelling because the teachers didn't know how to teach people, they began to label the youth as having deficit disorder. They say they had attention deficit. No, it was teacher deficit. Teachers didn't know what they was doing. It had nothing to do with the children. But that's how they hide. That's how the teachers hid their deficiencies for being unable to teach. They put it on the children and say the children had an illness because they didn't pay attention. We never had that problem before integration. We never had that problem. If you know how to teach the children, then you get them to pay attention. If you teach them something that's relate to them, because children know the truth. They know the truth. It's just a part of them. So you teach them about your culture. They're not even nowhere around in the picture. It's all about your culture. You're trying to teach them to be like you. Of course they're gonna rebel. They're not like you. We're not like you. So you're not teaching them anything about who they are. No intelligent person gonna pay attention and suck up and be brainwashed. So that's why the children rebel in school. See, because we don't have our own. We don't have teachers who understand us. We don't have teachers. We need our own teachers. See, that's the problem. That's why they do so well in school because they have their own teachers. They understand their teachers. The teachers relate to them because they have the same culture, the same people. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel when you go to a store and somebody who looks like you wait on you? You feel comfortable, don't you? You feel relaxed. You feel you can talk to that person. And they relate to you. They would say, I wouldn't buy that. We had a lot of complaints about this food, so I wouldn't buy it. They'll tell you. Where the other people, they would not tell you that. They wouldn't care. They just don't care, but they would tell their people. So what I'm saying is that when you have different people, you're going to have this discrimination. You're going to have uh, people who prefer themselves over others. That's natural. That's why we need to have our own schools back. So get this book, Disclosure 101 Grandchildren. I'm talking as a grandpa now because a lot of things I'm telling you, your parents didn't even know because they couldn't teach you. And so this book would help you a little bit, not much, but it'll get you started. Okay, well, we don't need reparations either. You see, reparations is another trick to get your mind on somebody giving you something. All nations of the earth work to support themselves as a people. They help each other. And if somebody give you something, especially when you don't have your own system, you don't have your own system, your own country, you just gonna give it right back. So it's not gonna do you any good. You be broke in 10 years because you have to set up industries. Everything we had before integration, you need to get that back and growth. Then you ask for reparations because then you can support yourself. But as long as you don't have anything, I'm talking about as a people, you don't have anything to support your community. Reparations is just welfare. You just gonna give it right back. So I hope this helps you a little bit and stop trying to look like these other people. Love your beautiful complexion. You know that's a gift. You don't know how blessed you are to be heavily melanated. People paying more than the ounces of gold cost for melanin. And here you are trying to bleach your skin, trying to bleach it out. Having children who don't have melanin. What's wrong with you? I lost your mind. This is Grandpa talking now. I knew what it was back in the day. So, I don't know what to tell you. I to the tribe.